Okay. This is Legend of Korra Hot Takes. Like the other Hot Take video, I keep saying I do not have a problem with Legend of Korra or Korra herself. Just the writing, that's it. But let's go ahead and get to some of y'all hot takes. Take us from Wolfsbane or Span. Just a disclaimer, I might get some of these names wrong. Please work with me. They start off by saying my cold take, Sokka should have had kids. Sure, we will all love to see if Sokka had kids, especially how they would turn out. Then they go on to say that my hot take is Mako and Asami should have gotten back together at the end and helped rebuild Republic City. And in my opinion, just like everybody else, W take. Mako and Asami had real chemistry. And those two rebuilding Republic City would absolutely be fire and a great storyline. It was very clear in the writing room to everybody that they was just trying to hurry up and end the season 4. They was like, forget it, bro, we're done. It was very clear they was trying to wrap things up as soon as possible. And then last second, they was like, Korra and Asami's gay. Ha ha! I have said before, my only issue with the Korra and Asami relationship was it was rushed out of nowhere and there was barely any signs or chemistry. I'm sorry, but giving somebody 2 compliments and then looking at them from a distance and then blush one time, yeah, bruh, that doesn't count as a relationship. Like, I do know the Avatar franchise do take from like anime media, like some elements here and there, but in the romance department, no. You ain't gonna do a little stuff here and there and be like, that's a relationship. I'm gonna be real for a moment. I'm gonna call it what it is. Stop being a bitch. Like dead ass, I'm talking directly to Nickelodeon producers. Stop being a bitch. If Gravity Falls can do it blatantly obviously, and they came out the same as that gear as y'all, go ahead and pull the trigger, for real. Go ahead and pull the trigger. If anything, that's really homophobic. Like they scared to have a character that's gay in the very beginning. Or better yet, how about we forget the romance as a whole? But no. Like if they were genuine, sure. But let's be real. They were more friends than anything. Because in case people forgot, in the beginning, they didn't fuck with each other. You want to know why? Because they wanted the same man. And Korra ruined the relationship between Asami and Mako. But because Asami wrote letters to Korra after she got her ass severely whooped and was in rehab, you expect us to believe that they built a solid relationship and romance through writing letters? Like, what level of freakiness was they doing while writing those letters?
Oh boy! Yes!
My only issue is why couldn't they be friends? Because I don't know what it is lately, but I'm seeing it all over media, and I'm not scared to say it. Because it happens a lot with female characters that are good and well written. Or heck, even just likable. Where they will have another female friend that they get along with, and they immediately try to make them a relationship. And it's like, yo, can 2 females not be friends no more? It's like some of these shows are trying to force them into a relationship. And for real, I do hate to say it, but it's always like a hot and cold dynamic where it's one person that's short-tempered and another person that always keep a cool head. And then they try to make the 2 girls seem like they're in a relationship when nothing's wrong with them just being friends. Or heck, just being just cordial with each other. Like if a character's actually gay, cool. Don't hide it though. Like be front. Be like, yo, hey, what's good? If we know anybody in the community, which I probably have some of y'all that are subscribers, and I'm definitely support y'all. We know that community is not quiet or likes to hide. So let's put them in the front.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it!
If you're going to do representation based off of sexuality, color, gender, culture, whatever, don't be scared of it. Because if anything, that's more insulting than anything if you're going to act and tiptoe around it. Like I said before, Legend of Korra did have to have relationships. And Korra could have just been by herself just fine. And left Mako and Asami's relationship alone. But it is what it is. I'm sorry I got a little carried away with my rant. But back to your hot take. Absolutely a great hot take. Next hot take is by Teo2742. Nothing Korra did in any season mattered in the long run. And yeah, you're right. I mean, based off of Seven Havens, like you're kind of right. Like it kind of doesn't matter anymore. Like the first thing with Amon and the Equalists, that kind of don't matter no more. The second thing with Unalaq, they actually kind of do matter because she decided to keep the portals open. So that's one thing. That's one thing that matters. There's a here. She stops a here. So that's done. And fourth, Kavira, who built a giant mech robot. And that got solved. And she basically got taught no jutsu out of. But now since the world is in Seven Havens. And the world is plunged in chaos from humans and spirits. All that don't matter no more. So that's more of a realization than a hot take. And I agree. And this one is by Akashi, where they go on to say that they are a Korra hater. And they like in season 1 Korra and Mako as a couple, because Mako is a good love interest. I say that's fair. In my opinion, I think Mako do get a lot of hate, like too much hate. Because we're not going to act like Korra was the perfect one in that relationship. And second, they go on to say that Asami is too good with Korra. She never questions her decisions or never disagrees with her. And this is the only reason why they're so close. Because when someone doesn't like what someone does or disagrees, they end up fighting or breaking up, even though the person is right and Korra is wrong. To be fair, that's not that crazy. Because Asami do agree with Korra a lot. Actually, it's not even just Asami, it's her entire team. Most of her team really agrees with Korra a lot. Even Tenzin, like in the beginning, Tenzin disagreed with her a lot. But suddenly Tenzin starts saying, you just do what you think is right. You know what? I'm sorry, I misjudged. Like, honestly, in the show, after a while, like, almost everybody defers to Korra. Like, just agree with her and be like, she knows what's best. And the only person that usually barks back at her is typically Mako. Like, in all honesty, I kind of don't like that. And Asami always has her back and always is down to ride with her no matter what. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but if they're trying to convey a relationship to us, like, relationships have disagreements. They know that, right? Even in some, I didn't say all, I said some, even some Korra comics, Asami just agrees with what Korra says. Even when Korra sounds unsure of herself, and then she asks Asami. And then Asami goes on to just encourage her and say, you just do whatever you think is right. And Mako isn't afraid to call Korra out or go with whatever she feels is right.
How do you know for sure he's here?
I don't, but I had a feeling, okay?
And I'm just supposed to trust your avatar feelings?
Just trying to save the world.
Well, you wouldn't have to if you didn't keep messing it up.
And they would treat Asami like she's a yes girl. But with this hot take, I actually do kind of agree, but I'm not going to go as far to say that Korra was wrong all the time. And this hot take is by Sukuna True Form. Rappa being forced out could have been avoided if Mako shot lightning at Unalaq when Korra and Unalaq was in a waterbending lock. Granted, it would have shot Korra, but it doesn't need to be a full blast enough to break the lock. Mako could firebend the water arms. We see Zuko do it when he saved Azula. If Korra did her firebending breath sooner rather than starting for 17 seconds at him, staring, then deciding to do it at the last second, but I'll give her some slack as she was confused on what was happening. To be honest, I made a video of that episode where all of that could have been avoided way sooner than it getting to that point at all, where she wouldn't have to rely on her team to save her. And I'll drop a link to that in the description down below. And then they have a second hot take where they say the Metal Clan and the Dai do a somewhat better job than the New White Lotus, as they do nothing really other than get stomped. And that's factual. The New White Lotus are basically garbage. And this hot take is by the Big 8454, and basically summarizing, what if Korra was the villain? And turns out that Mako and everybody else were trying to go against Korra as the Avatar. Which, if anything, this is more of a what if scenario than a hot take, which I would definitely do like a whole other video on. But nonetheless, it's still a cool concept, and it definitely deserves a shout out. And I'll definitely give y'all time to, pause the video and definitely give it a read. Because in my opinion, it is a cool concept. And this next hot take is by God of Asgard. Mako is too overhated, and in the end, Makorra was mostly Korra's fault. And that's not too crazy to say, to be honest, because it literally was Korra's fault. Mako was in a relationship with Asami, and Korra got horrible advice from Tenzin's wife, and then Korra literally assaulted Mako without his permission, mind you, and also stomped on Bolin's poor heart because she knew Bolin liked her. Let's stop the cap. Which, in all honesty, you gotta really think about how crazy that sounds. And you know what's really crazy? They try to call out the Aang and Katara kiss, where she says, "Whoa, wait a minute, I said I was confused," and try to shame Aang for it, which, granted, he was in the wrong, he shouldn't have done it. But we gotta remember, that wasn't their first kiss. Their first kiss was right before war, when they wasn't sure if they was gonna live or die. Korra's first kiss, aka with Mako, he was middle of being confused because Korra confessed her feelings to him, knowing that he's in a relationship and that he is interested in Asami, but she just goes ahead and kisses him without permission. There's no high stakes like they're gonna die the next day. No, it's just like, yo, this is a regular Tuesday. Now all I'm saying is, if the gender roles were reversed and Mako was a female and saying that, oh, I'm in a committed relationship with a dude, and Korra was a dude and forced a kiss on a female that's in a relationship,
911. Officer, right there.
All I'm saying is, if the gender roles were reversed, we would be looking at Korra like she's the real toxic one, which she kind of was. But now Mako is the villain, the toxic ex, the narcissist. And Asami helps Korra get in her soft girl era. Okay, okay. But anyways, good hot take. Solid hot take. This one is by 1998, Mr. Sonic. And dude, I seen this comment or like the last time you posted it, and I definitely wanted to make a bigger video on this. It's just that I work, like I work a lot. Like some of y'all probably don't know, or like I don't even know if y'all care to hear me say, but these videos be like chopped up. Like these videos be chopped up at like different times. It's mainly because I had 2 jobs and really don't have that much time to actually like make a full video like I want to. But yo, this is a fire concept as well. Definitely give y'all time to like pause it and read it. And that would definitely be great to see. I would definitely love to do a full video on it. This next hot take is about Ugo Kuzo 8. Like I said before, I'm going to be struggling with some of these names. Please work with me. Korra always losing fights in the Avatar state or needing help defeating the main villain all the time is a valid reason to dislike her. And in my opinion, no. I don't agree with that. And the main reason I don't is because there's nothing wrong with like the main character needing help all the time fighting the main villain. I mean, we see it all the time in regards to Teen Titans or all the other stuff where they don't defeat the main villain by themselves. They usually have the help behind them. But her losing fights in the Avatar state pissed me the fuck off because I don't give a fuck if you're poisoned. I don't care if you're depressed. Avatar is the Avatar state. It's literally the definition of ass pool, where you're like, okay, no matter what, you're going to win.
The Avatar state is a defense mechanism designed to empower you.
In other words, if you're losing, the Avatar state is supposed to kick in and beat whoever you're fighting's ass. So her constantly losing in the Avatar state never made sense. Now her losing her Avatar lineage, where like she don't have connection with them, cool. That makes sense that she's not as powerful as before. She don't have that connection to them. AKA, they aren't the battery charging up Rava and Korra to make her more powerful. And that's where I can kind of understand that, okay, Korra isn't as strong as the others in the Avatar state because she lost that connection. But she shouldn't be losing. Let's stop that. Avatar state is the definition of an instant win. But needing help to defeat a main villain, that's not a bad concept. The problem is how it was done. Amon, for example, he should have won. He took Korra bending away, then airbending, poof, ass pull out of nowhere. Unalaq should have definitely won because Jinora turned into a fucking angel and nobody want to tell me why. She don't even explain it. She's like, I just did it. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? Tell me.
Impossible, I tell you! Impossible! My trap was perfect! It's not fair! There was no way, I tell you! Buddy, tell me how he did it! I have to know!
And then when it came to Zahir, Korra also had help because Jinora and the other airbenders helped make a giant tornado to pull him down while Korra also yanked him down as well. And that was like the finishing blow. Cool. That kind of makes sense, just to be fair. Kuvira, on the other hand, Korra challenged her one-on-one. Got smacked up. Jinora said, oh, we jumping? Okay, bet. And then fast forward. Now Kuvira got a giant robot for no reason. She should get help from Mako and Suyin. That's not a problem. That's fair. Because you're going to need help taking down a giant robot. But then in the ending, she hit Kuvira with the good old-fashioned talk no jutsu from Naruto. Oh, you know what? You're right. I do see the error of my ways. Like, what? You was about to blow everybody to oblivion. What? But back to the hot take. Given those examples, I don't think that's a valid reason to not like her as a character, though. It's a valid reason to not like the writing of the show, and that's all fair. Not liking her as a character has to do with, like, her personality or something like that. Or her developing as a person. Like the other, like, hot takes that I mentioned before. Like, as a character in regards to relationships, I don't like Korra in those type of situations because I think Korra should just be by herself. She shouldn't be in a relationship. Because low-key, that's how they set it up to be. Next hot take is by Dante Reinhardt. And Korra hot take. She kind of fine, though. Nobody denied it. I don't think anybody ever denied that one bit. Like, people call Korra everything under the sun. We sure as fuck ain't calling her ugly. I'm telling you that right now. I'm more of a Kuvira guy, you know? And you know she got a thing for scientists, right?
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
But nonetheless, solid hot take. And this hot take is about Black Century King. Bolin getting hate for joining Kavira to try and help people in the Earth Kingdom made no sense. The fact that this is something that keeps getting repeated where everyone asks for help, gets told no only to get help when things go beyond crazy. Bolin seems to notice that a bit and try putting in an effort to help people, but the writers chose to make him look like a fool like always. And I do understand that because I absolutely got tired of them trying to play on Bolin's stupidity. He's not stupid. And in all honesty, that was another bit of wasted opportunity to give Bolin a high level of character development. I mean, they already gave up on Mako, but Bolin, he had a chance to get amazing character development. They kept trying to play him off like he's an idiot or comedic humor, which he shouldn't be. Especially not that late in the series. He should have evolved from season 1 already. So low-key, this is a really solid take, so I agree with this. Like, it's hard to deny that because it's a realization, if anything. Oh, and this next hot take is by Deku Mighty, where they say Lin is better than Pema. If Tenzin had 4 kids with her, they would be stronger. That is for a fact. Let's be 100% clear when we say Lin and Tenzin. Those two should have definitely been in game. Just off rip. Their chemistry is unmatched. Let's really keep it a buck. Their chemistry is sure as fuck better than fucking Pema. If we being real, Pema, she's not even really an interesting character. And on top of that, fuck her. No, genuinely, fuck her. Because she's the one that gave Korra that badass advice and start bragging about stealing Tenzin away from Lin. She is just as delusional about relationships as Korra. The only reason Pema even had a chance of being with Tenzin is because Lin said she didn't want kids. That's it. That's it. And Pema was on her pick-me status. Let's keep it real. You over here like, me, I'll adopt your airbending cultures. I won't even question a word you say. Please pick me over Lin. I'm like, bruh. Literally, a lot of the scenes in the show, whenever she would talk, I would just look like, stop. What's crazy is their relationship with each other is probably the most uninteresting relationship out of the entire Avatar series. Pema and Tenzin were like, whatever. I ain't asking her to be a super deep character or to even be around in the show more because I do remember in the earlier season, she was pregnant. And then she had the baby, so she could be in the show often. But the moments when she would talk and interact with other people, it's just like you an extra. Like, you shouldn't even have a name. You should be like woman number 2 or something like that. But yeah, I absolutely do agree with this hot take. And I absolutely love when I see Lin and Tenzin with each other. Just kicking back, chilling, just having that chemistry. To be honest, they got some of the best chemistry in the show. Oh, this hot take by Casey. Korra as a character develops well. She's slow learning and bullish. And that's the appeal of watching her. Many of us are the same way, which is why people can't get past her starting out so arrogant. And I see where they're going with this. They're thinking like it's a little bit like GTA 5, how people are saying that Trevor is actually the players, where they're destructive and do all this stuff, and they can't stand Trevor, but in actuality, Trevor represents the player. But that's not Korra. I mean, Korra being slow learning, that's not a problem whatsoever. Like, that's completely understandable. Especially since she's been isolated most of her life in her childhood. So, of course, she's going to be slow learning in regards to, like, certain things here and there. That's acceptable. And, of course, she's also going to be bullish and aggressive. So, yeah, she's by herself and all she knows is to fight and train. That's also fair. But when does it come to a point where she has to learn? I'm not talking about slow learning, I mean common fucking sense. Because after she dealt with everybody telling her that she's wrong and then proving that she's wrong, and then she goes headfirst into an enemy that she wasn't prepared for, then he takes her bending away, but then somehow with luck she blows him out the window and then he exposes himself and then technically defeats him. And then she gets her powers back because Aang was like, here you go. And then she give Lin and everybody else that lost their bending back all their powers. And then some time go by and she's upset about fucking training. I'm pretty sure you needed that training while Mom was whooping that ass. And then she goes on to brag and say, well, I'm the one that took down the Mon and the Equalist, so I should be able to do all this. And I'm like, whoa, that's just blatant stupidity. Like, where did you come up with that conclusion? And I'm like, you barely survived. And don't even get me started on the Unalaq situation. But then again, this hot take is actually pretty good because there are some people that would do something like that and not learn and go back and do the same thing again. And this next one is by Shadow Master, who had multiple hot takes. We should have got more Asaka in the future, like his history afterwards. At least he should have gotten children. Yeah, that's fair. I do think that Sokka should have kids. General Iroh could have done more. I don't know. Like, he did a lot to me.
Pause.
Oh, that was crazy.
I said, yo.
Like, I'm saying General Iroh should have been more in Team Avatar, the group, than Mako, in my opinion. His story probably would have been interesting. And then they go on to say that Korra actually had potential to be more than what she is now if Nickelodeon, didn't mess up. But it would have never been enough to pass the original. Probably my bias talking. And that's fair. But it's a canon thing that Nickelodeon hates Korra. And the writers are sick people, bro. And they go on to say that Korra should never get a live action. I agree. They should not touch Korra. Do not make a live action. Please. That's the last thing they should do. And then they go on to say that it could be recency bias or that Legend Korra had more seasons. But they do believe that Korra had better action scenes than Avatar The Last Airbender. That's not that crazy to say. Because Legend of Korra, that was literally designed to see more fighting and more combat. That's what the show is meant for. It's meant for some good fights. So that's not that crazy of a take, because I 100% agree with that. So in all honesty, these are all fire takes, and low-key, I could kind of agree with it. I really want to get this off real quick. One of my main issues with some of these Nickelodeon writers is it's as if they get off on seeing Korra in pain. Like, when they see her in pain, it's like they get off on it, and they just keep writing it. Because every season of Legend of Korra, they see her in intense pain and torture and getting abused. And it's just like, what the heck? And it's only just Korra, and it be prolonged scenes. When Tenzin got jumped by the Red Lotus, they panned away, implying what happened. But with Korra, nah, we see it all. And I don't want to hear it's character development. Let's stop that crap right there. Because one of the people that have the best character development, aka Zuko, when he got burnt by Ozai, they panned away. The literal closest thing we see to that is Aang's body twitching after getting shocked with lightning. And that was through Azula's pupil. We didn't actually see it head on. But with Korra, we see her get tortured viciously head on. That's so freaking weird. Like, it'd be long scenes. Like, if you look at the timer, it'd be like 2 to 5 minutes long of just torture. And you're like, yo, who gets all to this? Like, I do admit that I criticize Korra heavily. Yes. But don't get me wrong. I do love Korra as a character. I love her as a character. The writing severely pisses me off because they hinder her from being the absolutely amazing and outstanding character that she has the potential to be. And I definitely see the vision. Okay, I'm good. I just had to get that rant off real quick. And if y'all managed to make it all the way to the end of the video, I want to thank you, and I appreciate that y'all view this video. And I definitely want to get this view to maybe 200 views. Actually, I'll shoot a little higher. How about 300 views this time? I definitely want to thank the people that sit in their comments and stuff, because I definitely want to hear however y'all think in regards to the Avatar series or any series in general, to be honest, because I'm genuinely interested in hearing how certain people think in regards to the series. And drink water today. Yeah, definitely drink water today. Almost forgot to say that. And after watching this video, how about go outside? Like, genuinely, just go outside. Like, if you skip to this ending part or just happen to fall asleep and you hear me say this part, just go outside, breathe a little fresh air or something. Even though some places don't have the freshest air. Hey, it's air regardless. And if you can't go outside, at least get a good stretch in at least. And that's enough of my yap session. And remember, 300 views.
Hello, Zuko here.
And if you like that video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also let me know what you think the next video should be based off of. Because like I say at the end of all my videos, I read every comment and I make sure that y'all are heard. Because I'm trying to get to 50K by the end of the year, I would love to have your support and hear more about your ideas. I hope you're able to apply these words in your everyday life. And Lily, thanks for watching. Oh, and a reminder, drink water.
Perfection and power are overrated. I think you are very wise to choose happiness and love